Just got off the bus at the Bridge of Orchy, and you want to take me to see the bridge, do you? Is that the bridge? Well, let's go and see the bridge, because you can't go to the Bridge of Orchy and not see the bridge. So again, it's a good day for walking. I think it's coolish at the moment.
Yes.
But fantastic blue skies, sunshine. We're creating some good long shadows, look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look at that. Good long shadows. So this is the Orchy, and we're looking north towards Rannoch Moor, which you've walked across that, and you said that's one of the tougher sections, quite bleak.
Yeah. But it will be today because you'll have this cold wind in your face.
The cold wind in the yeah. We're heading south, aren't we?
Yeah.
Going to go south again. So the plan is to walk south to back to Crianlarich.
Yeah, along those hills. There's a balcony route, so we're walking along below that, all those hills, all the way back to Tyndrum.
You're going back to where? To Tyndrum. Tyndrum. So it's Tyndrum for lunch, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then on to Crianlarich for the late afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about 13 miles.
It's about 13 miles.
If we do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we've worked out if we get to Tyndrum and we feel tired and weary, we can get a train from there back to Crianlarich if we have to. Okie dokie, that sounds good. Look at that sunshine. Stop for a cup of coffee about 10 o'clock. We can have 10 minutes pause, probably a little bite to eat. Just focusing on the birds down here, which we've got a 50-50 choice, and I should know better whether they're curlew or lapwing, but we don't really mind what they are because they're just fishing, finding food, being quite sociable, I think. And this is the river Fillan, which flows, we think it flows north up to the Orchy and then on to Loch Tulla. So it's beautifully quiet, very clear, a nice little spot. So we'll have a cup of coffee here, a little bite to eat. Taken some layers off.
Yeah, oh, it's very hot.
You're getting very hot. Yeah. You're getting too hot.
Too hot.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit of snow on the tops up there, look.
Absolutely.
Little tiny bit.
Good view, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite busy along here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Good progress. Making the descent down into Tyndrum, and we found these little wooden sculptures or carvings commissioned by the Green Welly Stop for everybody's enjoyment. So there's got the owl, fox, and well, as it's carrying a fish, I guess that's an osprey, and the red squirrel, and salmon. Yeah, I quite like those. They're rather good, aren't they?
They're rather grand.
They're rather grand. And the daffodils are still absolutely lovely here. We've lost them all at home, lost them all 2-3 weeks ago, probably a month ago, but they're still thriving here. Yeah. So just coming down off the military road into the village of Tyndrum, and I think the West Highland Way just goes along the main road and then out the other side, but we're hoping to get a little break here. We'll have a cup of tea, something to eat, something like that. famous Green Welly Stop. Had a good lunch, good cup of tea. You all set? You about ready to go?
Nearly.
Sunglasses on. Got the right layers on.
Yeah.
You had a good lunch, didn't you? You had lasagna.
I did indeed.
A couple of glasses of Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. It's funny, after being largely on our own for the morning, you get somewhere like this and it sort of feels like it's packed.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's not really. It's a busy place, but yeah. Just south of Tyndrum, and we come across the former lead mining area, and you can tell it's former lead mining because nothing grows here anymore from the result of the mining and the lead spoil that was left here. So it's only a small area that's like this, but it's barren. And you were telling me as well that you can pan for gold.
Yes.
And that's quite a popular
Well, I've seen
hobby.
people doing it.
Yeah, you can
before.
pan for gold,
Yeah.
and apparently it's not illegal. There's a sign up. We just had a look at the sign. You're reminded. You're reminded it's not illegal to go and pan for gold. You can go and do that if you want to. But what is illegal is actually removing it from the site, or indeed then going on to sell it. So because it belongs to the king, so you have to give it to King Charles or leave it where it is. I don't know why he needs the money, but it's another one of these quirky reminders that we still have these feudal rules in place. So anything you find belongs to the king, and you've got to go and give it to him.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose leave it here and tell him that you found it, and then he'll send his man down to collect it. But anyway, the mountains in the distance look wonderful. A little bit of snow up on just in the little gullies near the top. And we're going to head on south, back to Crianlarich. About to head through the community woodland, still following the West Highland Way, and sign here telling us about some things we might see. Pine marten would be interesting, black grouse, red squirrel of course, common lizard and red deer, as well as different types of plant. And you've got the Loch of the Lost Sword. We might pass by that, and the site of the Battle of Dalrich. The Lochen of the Lost Sword. So after he was beaten at the Battle of Dalrich, Robert the Bruce and his army threw their weapons into this Lochen. This included Robert the Bruce's long sword or claymore, and local legend suggests it lies here to this day. We've arrived at the ruins of St. Fillan's Priory, and the ruins date from the 13th century, and obviously quite a substantial community at one stage, and the monastery was dissolved in 1607, and some of the treasures, relics, were lost, or many of them were lost, but two of them were in the National Museum of Scotland in Edinburgh. But the thing that I think people love about it is all the celandine, which absolutely carpeting the ruins. Absolutely stunning. And the graveyard, which is just on this little hillock here, that actually dates from the 8th century, so that's very, very old. Some very old Celtic graves and Celtic crosses in there. It's a remote spot now. It must have been a remote spot at the time when the Priory was in existence. The celandine are superb, aren't they? Lovely,
yeah.
Really lovely. Yeah. surrounded by the mountains, by the bends. You wouldn't believe it on a day like today, but apparently this is one of the wettest places in the United Kingdom, and that's based on the research done at the Meteorological Research Station, which is next door here, by the remains of the Priory. So we've got the equipment for the monitoring there. I'm just going to have another look at the Celandine. There's a little plaque here about St Fillan and the walking and the teaching he did in terms of bringing Christianity to this area. But in the sunshine, it's quite astonishing. Beautiful. By the banks of the River Fillan, and it might be possible to see dippers, sandpipers, oyster catchers, otters and beaver. Well, we'll see. It looks very quiet today in terms of bird life. Anyway, we'll see. The curious animals over here are the sheep, who are having a good tuck in. They look very healthy, happy sheep, and they're having a good tuck in of this hay that's been left out for them. We're certainly feeling tired now. About a mile or so, maybe a bit more, to go to Crianlarich, and it's quite a tough up and down through these woods. But there are odd little sections like this. You get rewarded with these glens, these little glens to cross, with the burns making their way down. Some more people coming down the way. We've finally reached the viewpoint above Crianlarich, and we can see below us the point where the West Highland Way goes on south, and we're going to take the turning down into Crianlarich itself, of course. And we were just saying, it's this last, I don't know, mile and a half or so through the woods, the forest, it's been quite tedious, would you say? Because we're tired. We're tired, and it's quite relentless, sort of up and down, isn't it? It's up and down through the forest, and so you go a long way down and then up again, and of course it's towards the end of the day when you're already feeling tired. And we've met fewer and fewer people, because obviously people are trying to get on to Tyndrum now, as they head north, and we've just met somebody now who is going to be pushing it a bit to get to Tyndrum before it gets dark, and then they'll probably manage it. It's 2 to 3 hours walking, and they got quite a big pack on, but they should manage it. But again, it's still a lovely view. There's Ben Moor looking down majestically on the village below. And we'll be pleased to get back now, get showered, changed, tidied up, have something to eat. But it's been a really good walk. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good. It's one of your favourite walks, isn't it?
It is one of my favourite.
It's one of the ones you like. Yeah. It's been an interesting one. Beautiful, beautiful scenery and fantastic weather. So thoroughly enjoyed it. So that's my first taste, really, of the West Highland Way. Or the last 2 or 3 days has been my first taste of that. So I hope one day I'll be able to come back and do some more.